guest this morning was drafted to the big leagues in the 14th round after his high school graduation. He was so impressive in the minor leagues, he earned MVP in the Gulf Coast League, Player of the Year honors in the Carolina League, and a legendary moment in West Virginia in the International League when he hit a home run out of the stadium into a moving train cold car. The train itself traveled 150 miles to Columbus, Ohio. Having the proverbial longest home run in history isn't where his story stops either. Dave Parker was about the coolest show on turf in the 1970s and 80s, finishing his career with 339 homers, 2,712 hits, 2 batting titles, 7 All-Star games, 3 Gold Gloves, 3 Silver Slugger awards, and an MVP in 1978, and to top it off, 2 World Series rings, including one in 1979 with the We Are Family Pittsburgh Pirates. And that's just some of the story. Good morning, Dave. Thank you so much for spending some time with us this morning.
Well, it's my pleasure.
Dave, you recently released a book about your life and career that goes so far beyond the numbers. You candidly write about some of your mistakes in life and a drug problem that started as pain management and extended pretty much to the headlines at that time. You also detail your current battle with Parkinson's disease. You broke so many barriers and stereotypes in an 18-year career in baseball. What are you most proud of?
Well, the championship with the Pirates. The Pirates gave me the opportunity to play Major League Baseball. And being with the Pirates and the We Are Family team was basically the best team that I had played with. And they really were a family. We were very closely knit. We put together some flamboyant players and then made the Pirates the #1 team in America, I think.
Oh, absolutely. So you end up earning the nickname the Cobra for your trademark, intimidating, bat-weaving, left-handed stance. When was the first time that you can recall hearing that nickname?
Well, we had a trainer by the name of Tony Borderone, who was a big fight fan. And we had a heavyweight champion that was from Cincinnati called Ezra Charles. And Ezra Charles was called the Cincinnati Cobra. So with me being from Cincinnati, they put that tag on me, called me the Cincinnati Cobra. And Tony started it. Bob French, the announcer, made it famous.
I also thought it was cool in the book that you detail the fact that you played baseball growing up near Crosley Field, the old ballpark for the Reds, and even played stickball, a game here in the Bronx that I played. The kids today, nobody plays stickball. Everything is video games. But, you ended up playing against the wall of the old ballpark and sold concessions there. Did you ever think that one day you'd actually be playing on a major league field?
Well, I dreamed about playing on a major league team. Most kids that grew up in their neighborhoods and had a major league team always dreamed of playing at the major league level. And I was just like those kids. I dreamed of playing at the major league level.
The cover jacket of the book, Dave, has you in your Pirates uniform, but you also spent some really great times in other cities, which of course is detailed in the book, and that includes Cincinnati. What was it like to return home and play for Pete Rose?
It was great. It was great playing against Pete, and it was even greater playing with him. Pete played the game the way it should have been played, at 100% every time he was on the field. It was a thrill being on the field when he broke the record.
So you finished your career with a 290 career average and also finished, second in MVP voting in 1985. You win that World Series in 1989 with Oakland, serving pretty much as a DH and a veteran presence for the young Bash brothers. I'm not really saying this, of course, because you're on with us, but you really did just about everything. You've accomplished everything in your baseball career. Definitely more than enough to merit going to Cooperstown. What would it mean to you to be enshrined there?
It would be nice. It would be nice for my family, my wife and my kids. But I don't know what else I could do to be considered a Hall of Famer. I was the best player in baseball for about half of the time I was in the major leagues. Did everything that you can do, batting titles, MVP, Silver Slugger, was considered the best player in the game. Was a hired gun in my latter years. playing with Oakland. They needed one player to get them over the hump. They got me, and I provided, a service to them, made them win 2 back-to-back world championships. So the Hall of Fame, I think I might rather have a plaque of guys I played with.
And you are already a member of the Reds Hall of Fame, the Cincinnati Public Schools Hall of Fame, and even several minor league Hall of Fames.
Yeah, I did everything you could do. I didn't leave no stone unturned. I played the game hard, was blessed with some outstanding speed, outstanding throwing arm. I had everything working for me, and I didn't squander it.
The book also obviously details some things that are tough, I would say, for many to read, and that includes receiving racist and threatening notes during your professional career. We just celebrated Jackie Robinson Day in the month of April in baseball, but despite years rolling by, the climate in the world and perhaps even baseball really hasn't changed very much. Do you foresee the possibility that we could finally be addressing that?
Yeah, I hope so. And I think that sports do more for racial problems that we have in our society than any other industry. So I hope we're meeting a turn in the way society is and the way that we approach and deal with each other. Sports is going to be a key in it, and I see indications of it happening every day: football, basketball, and baseball.
I know you also work with youth in Ohio to grow the game of baseball. Do you think more young Black kids will decide to play the game? Because it's really been an issue in Major League Baseball.
Well, they need to promote the game more. Some of these stars that are getting this 300 million and 400 million should obligate themselves to promoting the game of baseball. I mean, we need some minorities in here. We got a lot of Latin Americans, but there's very few African Americans that's playing it, and I think it's hurting the game in the long run.
Absolutely, 100%. And Dave, before we let you go, I just wanted to get some more insight. I was hoping you could tell us a little bit about the Dave Parker 39 Foundation, an organization that's focused on finding a cure for Parkinson's disease.
Well, I have a foundation called the 39 Foundation. And I got involved with Parkinson's organization about 7 years ago. And I've been doing fundraisers, golf tournaments. We raised $48,000 in October for a golf tournament. And we want to emphasize research with the dollars that we raise. And hopefully we get lucky and find a cure or something to ease the pain of Parkinson, because you never know what you're going to get. You wake up one morning and you feel perfectly normal, and you come back and wake up the next day and your legs ain't working right, and you're trembling. You got various things, just like I froze then. But this is the kind of stuff you got to deal with Parkinson.
I'm so sorry to hear that, Dave. Obviously, I hope that with the continued effort of your organization, that be able to get more people to donate and to be on board with trying to help the cause and to help those that are struggling with Parkinson's.
Well, I hope so too. But in the meantime, we're going to continue to march on and try to find a cure for this thing.
And the book is great, with comments at the start of each chapter from other baseball legends, including former Yankees Dave Winfield and Willie Randolph. Dave Parker tells an epic tale of friendship, success, failure, and redemption in his new book. Cobra is an unforgettable story of a $1 million athlete just before baseball became a $1 billion game. Pick it up, available at all major retailers. Thank you so much, Dave, for stopping by the show. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, and that was a great interview.